with probably like my favorite client in the whole wide world. Today's our annual checkup on his progress, see what we've done. I'm gonna have Kurt tell you all about what we worked on and some of his goals and what he wanted to get back to. And yeah, it's a little bit of his story. So here he is, the famous Kurt. I'm gonna turn around here without dropping the phone. There he is. All right, buddy. Okay, talk us through your story a little bit.
Yeah, so I started cycling a number of years ago, around three and a half years ago, and kind of fell in love with the sport. And
yeah, came flying into the sport, like out of the gate, ripping people's legs off.
I mean, I definitely, took it serious, put a lot of miles in, rode a lot, planned to do some races, ended up doing a couple of races, and really enjoyed myself. Unfortunately, after sort of the end of the season, I went down to St. George and ended up doing a century ride and had a new bike and, new bike fit, and really, unfortunately didn't take the time to really kind of understand, the differences between my old bike and this bike as far as the fit and some of the specific, saddle adjustments and stuff like that. So kind of as a result of that ride, I developed chronic problem in my right knee. So
you think you can take it right back to that ride, that new bike fit, that kind of stuff? You think you can
I think so.
That?
I mean, it was one of those things where, again, being new in the sport, I didn't take it as serious as I should have, maybe around, how important it is to have sort of that precision fit, if you will, around the bike fit and stuff. So I think that's kind of when, at least in my mind, the pain sort of started. And unfortunately, it kind of compounded as a result of that. So, I went and saw a couple of different specialists, and they all told me different things. So, just rest or ice it, take ibuprofen. Maybe you could do some exercises. And then, that never really seemed to help with the pain. Every time I got on the bike, it was just, I was hurting within 20 minutes of riding. So
you went to a pretty famous guy too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I went to some well-known sports physicians,
like
and
World Tour team doctor.
Yeah, and I followed kind of his guidelines around, what I should do, and we eventually did a corticosteroid injection in my knee, and unfortunately, it never did anything. So, months later, 6 months later, I'm still fighting this chronic knee problem. So, at that point, I went and saw Jared Prince, and he took the time to understand some of the problems, what exactly I was doing, kind of walk through my whole treatment process up to that point, and then he began to kind of just treat me. So, focusing a lot on, the quadriceps and, understanding that it's not just an isolated problem with the knee. It was much more than that, So as a result, kept working with Jared, and it wasn't much longer, probably just 4 or 5 weeks, 6 weeks later, pain was gone completely. I was able to ride, rode for 3 hours, I remember, and I was so happy that for the first time in, at this point, half a year, I didn't have pain on the bike. So
that's awesome.
I definitely could say that I recommend going to Jared, because he really took the time to understand my problems, and as far as what was causing the issue, what exactly that pain was, and then focusing on a holistic treatment throughout the whole thing.
It's crazy how much, like, up and down the chain, everything gets affected. It's not, your knee pain's just not a knee issue.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome. And look how good looking he is on that bike. Man, he's flying up the hills today, looking good. So thanks, Kurt.
Thank you, Jared.
Heck yeah. So we're gonna sign off. Just wanted to kind of share one of my favorite clients with you. It's so good to see him back out on the bike, crushing it, killing all of us. So yeah, thanks for watching. Talk to you guys soon.